Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Feel like a dynamite, ready to explode right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect. Can I be your superhero? Superhero. Can I be your superhero?
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to some Midwest Collegiate Rocket League. I'm joined here by Mr. Goose. Mr. Goose, how are we doing today?
We're doing great, Airhammer. Happy to be here, and we have a great matchup coming.
Yeah, no kidding. We got UWM White versus UWP Orange, and it's going to be quite an interesting match. Let's talk about the teams as we, as we mentioned their names. Speaking of Milwaukee, for tonight we have Lel, we have Way, and we have Jetra, or not Jetra. We have who's the third one?
Yup.
Oh yeah, and Yup. Yup, and yeah, that sounds weird. And Yup, and then for Platteville we've got
This
Jetro,
one's gonna be
Bubba,
Jetro
and
here.
Germ. So yeah, that's gonna be our matchup. That's gonna be our players for tonight. And it should be pretty interesting. I think these teams, I haven't looked at the standings or anything, but I think these teams are actually relatively close, I think, when it comes to points for the season and record. So I know this is going to be a really close game, I think.
Yeah, UWP, they've kind of had a better start to their season than White. 3-1 on the season, 21 points in the Division 3 standings. UWM White looking to find their footing a little bit here as we get to the latter part of the season. 1-4 with 7 points. So this is definitely going to be a challenging matchup for them against this UWP team who came in as the top ranked team in Division 3. But this is one where they could really show what they're made out of, get some good points out of here, and find some footing late in the season.
Yeah, definitely. And you know what? Even though they're 1-4, I wouldn't underestimate Milwaukee. I think Milwaukee, they've always been a team that is kind of a late run team. They don't always start out strong, but they have always come back and they're always ready to go. And they always have the fight in them. So I still think this game's going to be close. Speaking of that, what do you think predictions are going to be?
Yeah, I'm going to have to roll with the team that has been rolling, and that's going to be UWP Orange. I think they're going to improve to 5-1 on the season here. I'm going to go with a 3-1 scoreline. I think Milwaukee comes out strong, but they just don't have enough to get over the hump and take down Platteville.
All right, well, just because you win Platteville, I'm going to go with Milwaukee on this one. I think Milwaukee's going to show something that they've never done before, and they're going to come out and show this Platteville team that they're not messing around. But I think we'll be ready to go. We're just going to wait for the players to join up here, and then we'll go ahead and get game 1 started.
Looks like we are going to get in right now. And I think if you're Milwaukee, the key to success is you need to get up on this Platteville team early. They're going to fight the whole time. And simply, I think they're a little outmatched in this matchup. So if they can bring the energy to start, I think they might have enough to run and take this match.
Wow, what a fake play right off the rip from Platteville. They're coming out strong, trying to get something early, but a great clearance by Lel is going to be sent all the way back to the net. Germ missing this off the crossbar, but he's going to be able to clean it up and is going to be able to clear this one out here. Midfield, no boost, gets beat by Way, and Lel just popping this one to the midfield, but it's Bubba with a quick shot. Yup, can't quite get to it. It's bouncing on the goal line. And
oh my
able to
goodness.
save it away. Absolutely scary for Milwaukee. And if you're Platteville, you got to be pretty happy with how the start's already going for them.
Yeah, they had a scary one with the miss by German off the crossbar, and a little bit of the same thing going the other way, just a little closer, but both of them don't go in on these scary looks so far. Both these teams looking confident so far in their play, but still locked at 0-0.
Yeah, Milwaukee trying to get something there, but just couldn't quite make connection. A quick pinch goes flying at that Platteville net, but ultimately Platteville's going to be able to clear her. Bubba, low boost, doesn't have the ball. It's going to go up into the corner. Jetro popping one into the midfield could be dangerous. Milwaukee not able to get a shot on this Germ. Here's this one over the top of the player, and it's going to go over to this left wall here.
Jetro going to take it off the wall here. Platteville's looked a little more confident in the air as opposed to Milwaukee here, so that could be a difference in this game. But Milwaukee has had some really good speed in their ground game so far, so an interesting matchup in this battle of land versus air so far. Let's see which one shows through first and leads to the first goal of this match.
Yeah, Greed is ways up for this one, popping this one to the backboard. Bubba's going to be there to clear, but doesn't quite get the clearance he was looking for. Yup is going to be up for it, doesn't make connection. It's left for Lel, but a great block from Platteville is going to stop that Milwaukee team from putting anything in the net. A big clear from Bubba is going to give his team time to collect here. Germ, quick and up for it, doesn't quite get it on frame as Jetro takes it up into the corner here and gets bumped off the ball. A quick catch puts the ball into the midfield, but Jetro is going to be able to clean this one up here.
Milwaukee, they're standing tall on defense right now, but not a lot of possession to take it out of the zone, and Platteville has really been able to just catch these and send them back the other way. As I say that, this one's a dangerous opportunity, but really loving Platteville's attack so far, and if they keep this up, I'm thinking it's only a matter of time before one gets in the back of the net for them.
Yeah, I definitely agree. As Milwaukee here on the wall is going to take a pinch to the opposite side here. Jetro with half a tank looking to do something. Beats one. Decides to try and keep the ball close. Beats another. But he doesn't have enough boost to keep going. Yup is going to be up this one. Kind of awkward as he's carrying it into the midfield right for this Platteville team. A good bump from Platteville there. It's going to leave Lel with low boost and awkward. Jetro trying to get a shot, but Germ bumps him out of the way. And Germ's just going to get a touch on this to clear.
Good fight out of Milwaukee here. So that's a good pass down to Yup. Does he have the angle? He does. A great passing play from Milwaukee to set up the first goal. And if you want to beat this Platteville Orange team, you got to get a little creative. And they showed it here, Airhammer.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great passing play there from Milwaukee. And, you know, even though the ball might have been rolling at 2 miles an hour, ultimately it's what beat the Platteville team. They were too awkward to recover. And that's in the back of the net. Is off the kickoff here. Bubba getting a touch over one. A little bit of a double commit from Milwaukee. They've got two in the same corner. No boost. Jetro with a quick touch. Leaves it off for Germ. Germ popping this one back up to himself. Bubba cutting him off. Might not have been the play there as the ball popped back into the midfield. Jetro challenging this one on the backboard, but Sway is going to be able to get a clear on that.
Platteville doing good to continue sending it towards the net. And here's a dangerous opportunity. Off the bar again for Jetro. Germ can't find it, and now Platteville's on the retreat as Milwaukee and Yup are looking to attack. He gets the shot on. The rebound is going to go bar down. And about time we see a bar down with as many bars and not in as we saw earlier in this match. And that's another fantastic play from Milwaukee.
Yeah, almost like a little awkward there from Milwaukee. They almost bumped each other trying to go for that shot, but ultimately they're able to put that one in the back of the net, and now they're up by 2. Definitely what not a lot of people were thinking probably when they saw this matchup was Milwaukee leading by more than 1 goal, but they're up 2 right now. Lel couldn't quite get a touch. Way to the backboard, goes for the double tap off the post, and he accidentally saves it. Here comes Platteville though, driving down the side, but Lel's able to get a touch, can't quite follow it. Germ collecting this one, takes it to the wall. So awkward as Lels to be able to clear this one out, and Bubba sending this one right back down into this Milwaukee half here.
Yeah, with under 40 seconds to go, it's go time now for Platteville, and Jethro knows that as he tries to speed towards the ball. A little too quick as he goes past it. And if Milwaukee here, they're just content with really just banging the ball out and wearing down these valuable seconds, as there's a great save there by Lel to keep this a 2-goal lead, and one clear here could basically seal Platteville's fate in game 1, as with 15 seconds left, it's going to take a miracle for Platteville to get a comeback here.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great block there from Jetro, the shot from Milwaukee, but it's Germ now to the backboard. Bubba upboard, low boost, he gets the double tap, and at least puts a goal in for some momentum. There is still 4 seconds on the game. Maybe another kickoff play could seal.
I was just going to note that
but
trickery we saw on the first kickoff. Could they bring something out like that again?
Yeah, we'll have to see what Platteville does here with 4 seconds on the clock. They go for a standard kickoff. It kills the Milwaukee half. Milwaukee looking to just slam this down, and he does. And Milwaukee takes game 1.
Yeah, great showing out of Milwaukee. I was very impressed with them. And looking across the scoreboard here, very even matchup so far. And that's how we thought it was going to be. I was very impressed with how their defense was able to stand tall. But they got a little lucky there. The 4th defender, as we know, the crossbar is bailed them out a few times. So very much could have been a tie game or a Platteville win, but I was very impressed with Milwaukee here.
Yeah, Milwaukee definitely showed up. Like I said they would. They put the fight in, and they ultimately take game 1. That's a good look for them. But they need to be careful of the Platteville comeback here. Not necessarily a comeback, but the Platteville, the gates are going to open. They have nothing to lose. They have a 4-1 record. I mean, ultimately, they're just trying to continue that record and gain more points. Milwaukee's the one who needs to feel the pressures. They're 1-4, and being 1-4 is not great if you're looking to try and get into land here. So the pressure's ultimately going to be on Milwaukee here, I think.
Yeah, I agree. And if I'm Platteville, if I'm Germ, 192-point game out of him, like I'd say that's a very off game for him. So I'm gonna look at Germ here to maybe warm up a little bit here and see what he can do, because he's a good player and he can make a definite impact on a series.
Oh, 100%. As we head into game 2 here, 5 minutes on the clock. Lel getting the early 50. Jetro awkward. Maybe a bump. No, he decides to try and go for 50. Dunk him. Germ pops it over 1. He's going to put the pressure on, but Lel able to clear this one. Ooh, an awkward touch out of Platteville here. It's going to leave Milwaukee with some pressure. Milwaukee into the corner. Not a good read from Bubba. Ultimately, Jetro's going to be able to bail him out and clear the ball. Germ gets a dunk. Could be dangerous here, as Milwaukee are low on boost here. And Bubba's going to be able to put this one in the midfield, but Yup is going to deny that opportunity.
Yeah, and they're doing great at denying all the opportunities, and this is carrying over from last game. Let's see if they can take this transition play and generate some offense. That's been looking impressive so far. Great 50 in the midfield here. And really, if Milwaukee is able to continue to control this midfield, I think they're going to really be able to disrupt what Platteville wants to do on offense, and that's take the ball to the air. And if they can cut off with strong challenges on the wall and get some fortunate 50s, I think it's really going to start frustrating Platteville here.
Yeah, agreed. As Milwaukee's coming in, a little bit of a double commit here in the midfield. Lel ultimately going to be able to take the 50. Yup, to the wall. Decides to go for this little bit of a slow play, but Bubba denies that opportunity. Lel off the wall, leaves it for his teammate, Way, who gets a shot up to Yup, and he's going to be able to put that one in the back of the net. And Milwaukee have a 1-0 lead.
They're off and running in game 2, and a miss there opens up the opportunity for Yup, and he makes no mistake on that one. And we talked about how Milwaukee, they need to get going early in these games, and for the second straight game, they have the first goal.
Comes that Platteville airplay as he drops it down for a shot. Couldn't quite make good connection. Germ challenging this one up into the corner. As Wade's going to clear this one over Bubba. Bubba a little awkward. Jetro's going to just have to get something on that. Yup, into the corner. Beats Jetro. Bubba opting to take control and dribble out. Could be dangerous for him, though. Germ pressuring this. Gets beat. It's Jetro now with a touch. Way able to get something on the ball. Germ beats one. Takes the 50, but loses it to Lel. A big clear from Bubba is going to allow Germ to turn and get a 50 on this, but it's not really going to lead to anything too crazy here.
Yeah, Platteville just needs to continue their attack. They need to realize they're only down by 1, and a demo play like that can open up a lot of space here as Germ. And these 50s out of this Milwaukee team, it just seems like everyone is going their way. Their car positioning has been so excellent to be able to force the 50s to where they want to go.
Yeah, and Yup here, trying to get something back in. Jetro, a little awkward. Bubba double commits with him to get the 50 as it bounces up into the midfield. Yup, up for it. Ooh, just gets a little bit too high of a touch, and Jetro, low boost, is going to have to try and take the 50. Loses it to Way. Way with a 50 back to Yup, and another 50 from Platteville. Allows some pressure to be relieved, but not so fast. Lel popping this one up. Yup is up for it, but Bubba is going to be a little quicker and beats into that one. Jetro misses it. Leaves it for a shot from Lel. A little bit of a ground pinch there. Could have been dangerous. Jetro, quick touchdown. Germ is going to collect this one, take it up to the wall, and he beats one. Can he get something mid here for his team?
It just seems like the opportunities are there, and there's an opportunity, and the bar again comes in clutch. And these Platteville attacks, they look so promising, and then it's just boost runs out for the first man, or the second man's too far back. Platteville really has to have that second man closer to follow up if they want to put these opportunities in the back of the net, because their first attacks have looked so good, but they just haven't been able to follow up with the putback.
Awkward play is going to leave Milwaukee with a shot that goes off the bar. The crossbar is being absolutely abused at the moment. Jetro the pass to Bubba, who beats one. Ball bounces into the midfield. A quick touch by Yup goes over Germ. I don't know if there's anybody back for Platteville. It's a little too far, and Milwaukee ultimately aren't going to be able to finish this one as Germ is going to collect this one.
Another good 50 there by Lel. Jetro gets a little touch, not quite what he was looking for, but it'll do. But it'll be Lel with the follow-up. And a double commit there. The communication's off and the net's open. And Yup, another fantastic 50. And a double commit in the corner leaves the net open. And a shocker here, as again, it's a 2-0 game with about 40 seconds left.
I genuinely think, I'm going to analyze this game a little bit here as we got 44 seconds left on the clock. I just genuinely think Milwaukee's just doing a lot better with the 50s and the control. They always seem to have control of the ball. They always seem like wherever they're trying to put it is where they're going to put it. As Way with a quick shot, doesn't quite get it in. But I just feel like Milwaukee, they just have a lot better ball control and midfield presence than Platteville does, and that's really hurting Platteville with their play style of these aerial passing plays that they're trying to go for. And just not getting able to finish it is a great save from Lel there. It's going to stop Platteville from scoring. Is this going to be a no-goal game for Platteville?
That would be very surprising if we go into game 3 and them only having 1 goal from last game on the series. This is a team with offensive firepower that isn't used to getting shut out. So props to UW Milwaukee as they're up 2-0 here as we go into a decisive game 3. They want the sweep, and Platteville knows that they're on the ropes. They need at least to get some points out of the series. They're sitting in 4th right now in the standings. If they want to go up and compete with the MSOE Roscoes, the EIU Blue, and the Honey Badgers, they need to get some points here.
Yeah, I definitely agree, and they definitely need at least a game, if not 2. Maybe try and force a game 5 at least. It could be that they're playing a little off. Who knows what the case is, but at this point, you're down 2 games here. You just need to try and get something back here. You cannot afford to drop 0 points for the entire series. That's just not going to be good, especially when you're sitting up in that 4th place, because even though you're in 4th place, you're not safe. Anybody can take that from you. So, moving into game 3 here, Platteville's going to have to switch something up to get something going for them. Speaking of points, though, Germ last game definitely showed up a little bit. He had 404 points at the end of that game, which is 4 times what he had, or a little under 4 times what he had in the previous game. So he definitely showed up, but somebody didn't quite perform like they did in that first game, and might have been able to, do something if his team could have gotten there. Jetro up early, trying to get something. Bubba with a quick shot. Just a little wide. Germ with a quick touch. It's awkward here for Milwaukee. Well, beats one. Bubba, low boost in the back. Good that boost though. Beats one. Way. All trying to play this one. Could be dangerous. Yup is going to be there for the save. Bubba in the corner. Plays this one down. Germ couldn't quite get the finish as he hits the post. And Milwaukee with low boost are trying to just get some space here. But ultimately, it's going to be cleared away.
And a great start from Platteville. Oh my god! And it's in! As I was talking about how Platteville was having a great attack at the other end, Milwaukee comes back, and Germ just gets a pinch that doesn't go his way. Lel able to have a strong aerial and place that bar down. And once again, Milwaukee jumps out to the lead.
Yeah, that was a little bit of an interesting goal. I don't know if he did that by himself. I'm pretty sure he got bumped. As a quick passing play from Platteville looked promising, but couldn't quite get the touch. A shot from Jetro goes a little wide. Bubba on the wall. He's going to try and take the 50 with Way. He does. Yup. Is going to collect this one. Opts to take it up. Doesn't quite get a great touch. Lel keeping this one in their half. He's going to get the beat on one. Jetro, the quick touch above the net. Lel opting to bounce past this mid, but Bubba is going to clear this one out to Jetro, who plays it wide for Germ. Off the backboard, Germ off the post, and then finally, Platteville is going to get a goal and tie this game up early, which we have not seen from them yet.
That's just a great team play there. The pass down to Germ. Germ not able to quite finish the incredible solo play there, but Bubba is there to pick up the loose change and tie this game up. That's the kind of team chemistry we're used to seeing from this Platteville team, and I think they're just going to have to look for these passes in addition to some good solo plays here if they want to take down Milwaukee.
A little bit of a double commit there from Platteville. A little awkward Jetro, just trying to get a shot on frame. Give his team time here. Lel, quick touch, plays it into the midfield. Yup, with a touch to the back wall. Bubba, a little awkward. He's going to be able to recover this one for a clear. Gets the pinch over one. Still has possession of this. Plays it into the mid. Germ's going to be there. And Germ is going to let Platteville take the lead for the first time in this series with a 2-1 score.
Props to Bubba. That was an incredible coast-to-coast play. He had a great catch on his own backboard. Able to air dribble it out, get the pinch, get back to the ball, and find the assist. I mean, it's a great goal there by Germ, but all the credit goes to Bubba for setting up that play.
Definitely agree as Bubba takes a touch wide here. Way gets beat. It's Lel with no boost in the back. A little bump there from Milwaukee. He's going to leave Jetro a little awkward. Germ is going to be out for it. Gets the touch to the backboard. A quick shot from Bubba is going to get saved away by Lel. Lel being their goaltender here in this game. Got plenty of saves on his scorecard there. As Germ ultimately goes for another shot, but it's going to be blocked away here from the Milwaukee defense.
Yeah, although the offensive firepower of Platteville is starting to pick up, I'm very impressed with the defensive positioning of Milwaukee in their third man. And if it's not really a perfectly placed shot like we have seen on a few of the goals, Milwaukee is there with rock-solid defense.
And Germ taking this one towards the net. A good save from Milwaukee. It's going to bounce mid. Yup, it's going to get a touch out. Oh, a little bit of a bump from his own teammate. Bubba, awkward. Yup is going to go for something. He gets bumped off the ball. Good bump there from Bubba to allow Germ to go for that. Lel gets beat as last man. Yup is going to have to get this one in the corner. He gets a touch, trying to get a touch around Germ, but doesn't get it. Lel with a quick touch to the wall. Here comes Yup. Yup catches the ball low, goes for the 50 that we've seen so many times, but doesn't work out in his favor. Jetro with a touch to the wall. Now it's Lel. Opting for the corner. Germ beats one. Has a little boost. Goes for a little bit, trying to get a musty pass mid there, but doesn't quite get it. Jetro, quick touch to the backboard, but Way is going to play some perfect backboard defense to stop that opportunity.
Even though Milwaukee is down by one in this game, they're still playing with some confidence and a little bit of swagger. They're not concerned at all. But that was a little close to almost making a 2-goal game, and they seem like they're not phased at all by playing from behind. Let's see if they can find the equalizer in this last minute.
Yeah, with less than a minute to go, Way. It's a little bit of an awkward touch, leaving Yup kind of awkward here. Yup goes for a low play. Jetro ultimately going to read that one. As a touch up the wall goes a little awkward. Yup, with a quick touch mid. It could be Lel. He pops it over one. A good save coming out from Jetro. He had 10 boosts in the tank. He was able to get up to that one and stop that opportunity.
I think Lel really just needed to fire that shot. He went for the slow play, and I thought that was an open look to tie the game.
Oh, 100% I agree, but he tried to go for the slow play, which I also don't mind, but it's gonna backfire, and Jetro is gonna put a two-goal deficit on this one, and with 20 seconds to go, does Milwaukee have it in them to get 2 goals back here?
You know, this might be, okay, we're up still. They took game 3. We knew they would probably get one. Let's hit the reset button. Okay, now we're definitely going to hit the reset button, get ready for game 4, and come back out strong. They did, I believe they did have the first goal in this match again, and just, fortunately, the firepower of Platteville picked up. So I think we have a real series brewing on our hand here, and I'm excited for game 4.
Yeah, definitely agree. A little bit of a weak shot from Bubba there. I would have liked to just see him strike that, to be honest with you. As the ball goes straight up, Jetro pre-jumping, can't get the touch. Bubba, with 3 seconds left, pops this off the backboard for Germ. They're just trying to get anything to put some more bullet holes into this Milwaukee White team, but the ball's ultimately going to touch the ground, and Platteville's going to take their first game of the series.
Yeah, and this game was totally different than what we saw during the first 2 games. 14 shots out of them. Game 2, they had 3 air hammer. That is not typical of Platteville, and they really turned into the Platteville team that feels like the top-ranked team preseason in this league, and the team that's 4-1 right now. And on the flip side, they limited Milwaukee White to just 4 shots, and they had been conceding a lot of shots, so they're slowing down their offense a little bit while picking up their offensive production.
Which is good, and I genuinely think that's just because in this game, I think I noticed a little more that Platteville was able to control the midfield a little more than I think in the previous 2 games. And that definitely helped them, because when you control the midfield, you control the defense and you also control offense just pretty much at the same time, because you're able to just have all that possession in the midfield. So I think going into game 4, if you're Platteville, you're going to look to continue to keep that midfield presence. If you're Milwaukee, you're on game point right now. Your ultimate goal is going to be to take away that midfield presence and make that Platteville team awkward like you did in the first 2 games. And that will ultimately allow you to take game number 4 here.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, Airhammer. And I think, again, we're going to have to see if whichever team gets the first goal makes the difference. We saw it. So far, it's gone Milwaukee's way. Let's see if Platteville can come out to a commanding start. And I think if they do, they could really ride it through an entire game.
Definitely agreed. As Germ, low boost, he's going to get that mid boost, but it doesn't matter. Way's there to get that 50. No midfield presence from Milwaukee is going to leave a little bit of an awkward play. Ball bouncing into midfield. Yup. Able to get a touch out here. And Lel challenging this one. Oh, never mind. That was not Lel. It looked like Yup went for it again. Could have backfired. Honestly, I thought Lel was going to go for that one. He had more boost, but didn't ultimately go for it. Germ with a quick touch. A bump from his own teammate is going to leave him awkward. And Jetro is going to get the first goal of game number 4 for Platteville.
Platteville, they look like they're firing on all cylinders there. That's the play. We know Germ can do that ceiling touchdown, and then just defensive confusion is caused, and it's an open net for Jetro. And Platteville finds the first goal, and let's see if they can look to expand on this early lead.
Agreed. As it bounces in this Platteville corner, it's going to be a little awkward. Lel pressuring this one. Can he go for the shot? No, it's a little wide. Here comes a shot from Way into the midfield to Yup off the backboard. Lel's going to be up for it now. Touches it into the corner. Yup's got to go up for it. Doesn't have anything on it. Way able to stop that clear. Jetro banging this one off the ceiling. A little bit of a double commit from Milwaukee. I'm seeing a little bit more double commits from Milwaukee. Not sure what's going on with the communication here from them. As the ball's popped into the midfield, Jetro doesn't quite get the touch, and Way is going to go for the clear here.
Yeah, and you mentioned the communication seems a little off, and I'm definitely seeing that as well. These double commits are going to start being costly if they start happening. And I think just the speed that Platteville is starting to play with, I felt like the first 2 games they came out a little flat, and the defense was really easy for Milwaukee. Now that they're commanding the air and really just putting quality pressures on net. I feel like Milwaukee is really just thinking they need to throw themselves at every shot to have a chance to save it.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I definitely think they're panicking a little bit when Platteville puts it up in the air. As we do know that this Milwaukee team, from what we've seen, is not a very aerial-friendly team, and they're starting to struggle with the pressure coming from Germ, who's able to use his mechanics to just pop the ball around and play it into the midfield just like that. And Jetro is going to put his second ball into the back of the net there, get his second goal for the game. It's a great play from Germ, just pops into the backboard, doesn't have the boost to get it, but at least makes it look like he's going to, makes them awkward, and ultimately they score.
Yeah, it's just great team play there. The pop from the midfield to put it to the backboard, that's just great creativity. The defense isn't going to expect that, and if you can call that you're doing that and the second man knows that it's coming, it's going to be, you know, a level up for you that you know the ball's coming there. And another great shot by Jetro, able to put it in the back of the net.
Yeah, way up in the corner here, gets beat by Jetro. Lel able to get a touch on this, puts it into the midfield, doesn't quite get anything he was looking for. Yup, with a quick touch, could be dangerous. Germ able to get the 50, but it's still floating in front of this Platteville net. 50 away, but a touch back into the midfield. Lel not ready for it, and ultimately it's going to complete the wall here.
Good pressure coming out here, but every time a shot gets turned away, you know, it might be an awkward first touch from Platteville. It just seems like the second man is there so quickly to clear the opportunity out of danger, not allowing these Milwaukee players to get a follow-up shot. And if they can continue and take away that first opportunity, I don't know if Milwaukee has the individual skill just to beat them with a one quick shot.
Good save there from Lel. A good demo from Jetro. And he's going to go for the ball here instead of the boost. And ultimately that works out in his favor as he wins it. Jetro, low boost, tries to play it back to Germ, but doesn't quite get the touch. Germ off the ceiling, goes for the shielding shot off the corner. The goal of Bubba's there. A great save from Milwaukee as all three go up. Another shot from Germ, though. He's going to put that in the back of the net. And with a minute 18 seconds now, Milwaukee is down by 3.
Platteville figuring out the backboard has been pretty open this series. There's been a few misses off there, and the backboard defense has been a little shaky. So I've really seen them starting to, you know, intentionally place shots there, looking for the second man to have a clean follow-up when the first man of Milwaukee on defense jumps for it, and they haven't been able to connect with the ball on defense.
Well, it's a good play from Milwaukee as it goes off the backboard one more time. Germ is going to stop any third shot from coming out there. As he goes off the backboard, gets the reset, pops it over one. Way with a great save. A fake from Jetro almost works. But ultimately, Milwaukee is able to read that and stops that from happening. Well, with trying to get a touch, yup, able to get one more. Awkward from Bubba. It's going to be right in front of the net, but Jetro, with his heroics, is going to stop that one. Now, Milwaukee bumping each other right in front of the Platteville net. Not sure what's going on there. As Bubba plays it around one, Germ plays it around another, and all of Milwaukee committed, and it's just an open net for Germ. And I think that's going to be the nail in the coffin here for game number 4.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you. A great showing from Platteville. And I feel like each of these players for Platteville have had a game where they've really shown themselves as the star. Specifically for this game, Jetro. So I'm interested to see who will be the star in this upcoming Game 5 and if it's enough to push them to the reverse sweep.
Yeah, that would be big for them, especially considering that they're still looking for more points to push themselves forward here in the standings from 4th to possibly 3rd. But with 5 seconds on the clock, the ball rolling towards this Platteville net, they're just going to take it up and play the time out and kill the ball here. Maybe kill the ball here as well. Keep it up. Way able to get a touch. Lel still on this ball. They're just keeping the ball up here. Can we drop the ball, guys? Way off the corner. Finally, as the ball touches the ground, Platteville Orange takes game number 4. We've got a tied series here.
Yeah, and you can really feel the momentum shift in that the 2-game split that we've seen there, the first two, it really just seemed like Milwaukee was in control. Platteville looked like they had just woken up. It looked like they were playing slow. And then something flipped after game 2. I don't know if it set in that they were about to lose this series, but we saw a different Platteville Orange team hit the field for game 3 and game 4, and they have been in control and in command. So if they keep this up, I don't see how they lose this game 5, Airhammer.
I don't either. And if you're Milwaukee, like I said, you guys got to try and control that midfield. I just feel like every time that they tried to play the ball into the midfield, there just was nobody there, or they were too far back, or it was a double commit with an open net. It was just one of those three things every time. And I mean, I feel like in game 1 and 2, when somebody shot the ball, there was always somebody right there for Milwaukee who was able to at least get a second shot on and make that Platteville team orange and give themselves time to recover for that defense. But in this game, I didn't see that, and Platteville Orange took advantage of that.
Yeah, you're exactly right here. And I think just Platteville, they've been hitting the ball with more intentionality. I feel like games 1 and 2, they were going for the aerial plays and just kind of throwing it away. This time, they're going intentionally off the backboard. They're intentionally looking for passes. Just it seems like they're playing more cohesively and as a team here, and that's resulting in the scoring opportunities.
Agreed 100%. As game at number 5 is off and away. Wade doesn't get the touch on the ball. Yup, able to get a touch into the corner here. Jetro gets 50 by Yup. Yup's continuing on this ball with no boost. He's going to let his team be able to push up here, but Germ clearing over the head of one. Bounces into the corner. Way able to get the read. Jetro beats one. Pops it over another. Bubba's up for it, but Yup is going to be able to clear that one away. Germ just trying to go for a quick shot, but doesn't get the power behind it. Yup misses the ball here. As Jetro bangs it up off the ceiling. Could be dangerous off the backboard. Germ gets a wonderful touch. Can't recover for the double tap. Bubba trying to have to get the 50 here to keep it in. It's about to straight down. Waterfall. Jetro up off the crossbar. Fantastic save from Milwaukee. And Platteville still just on the pressure here as Germ plays it to the backboard. Around one. Goes for the double. Doesn't get it. And Way is going to be able to clear this one. But not too far as a midfield.
Milwaukee is so lucky that none of those went in. Those were some high-quality opportunities, and none of them were just able to find the back of the net. But Milwaukee, they really need to get some backboard defense going here, Airhammer. Platteville is just continuing to abuse the open area, and it's almost resulted in a few high-quality scoring chances.
You see here again off the backboard, and there it is Bubba is going to be able to score this one. Power Milwaukee here. We have to have somebody up on that backboard there. That's just too dangerous. Bubba ultimately is going to put that one in the back of the net with 3:36 remaining. Platteville leads.
And it's just a bit of panic here from Milwaukee. You saw the clear by Lel, just trying to put it to the wall, but didn't realize it's an unsafe area. With Jetro was sitting right there and was able to chuck it off the backboard and pick up the assist there. Really, I think they can really just slow this game down a little bit and wait for the opportunities, and it might result in a good scoring chance for them.
Yeah, as Lel gets a 50 there to keep it in the Platteville half here. Yup, up for it. Doesn't quite get the touch he was looking for. Lel up off the ceiling, gets a touch, but Jetro denies that opportunity. Germ, awkward here on the wall, is going to have to try and rotate back, but Bubba bails him out there and gets a great clear. Bubba going for a demo, gets the back man. This could be dangerous. It's just dropped right in front of the net, and Bubba is going to be there for his second goal of the game. And with 2:50 left, Platteville lead 2-0.
And that's a great play by Bubba. I'm happy he got rewarded with the goal there because he clears the last defender with a nice demo and a great pass down there from Germ. And that's just textbook out of Platteville.
Textbook indeed. But the ball awkwardly bounced in the midfield. Good recovery from Bubba. Is going to be able to play this one to the wall for his teammate Jetro. Trying to get this one in. Germ with a redirect opportunity. Doesn't quite get it. And now Yup could have an open net here, but doesn't recover fast enough as Germ gets the touch. Jetro beating one. Gets the demo. Wow. And that's just a fantastic solo play from Jetro there to just demo the player out of his way. That's my type of play right there.
Oh, I know you love to do that, Airhammer. Yeah, that's a fantastic solo play there, and just great awareness. That's a 1v1. just puts the ball on net and gets ahead of it and able to pick up the easy goal there. And if you're Milwaukee here, still important to know you have half the game left, plenty of time left, but they so far only have one shot on net. They need to get something going here and quick.
Yeah, definitely agree. Bubba up for it. Gets the 50 around one. As the ball's going to bounce to the back wall here, Germ gets beat out by Lel. Jetro off the wall, doesn't quite get the touch he's looking for. Lel, a little awkward. Plays it around one way. Up for this, gets the 50. Bubba gets another great 50. He's still up for this one. Gets the aerial touch, and he's going to be able to put that one in the back of the net. And with a minute 49, Platteville lead 4-0.
Bubba picking up his hat trick, and that's just a fantastic 50 and able to follow it up in the air. And Milwaukee, they know they need to pick up some goals, so a little overcommitted in the offensive zone and wasn't able to get back to that great play by Bubba.
Yeah, and Milwaukee now down by 4 with a minute and 40 seconds left. Not looking good for them. Jetro, passing play with Bubba. It's just fantastic, but Bubba chops the shot. Just unlucky. It was a great passing play from Platteville as they're looking to try and pick something up here and keep going with the scoring. Bubba to the wall now. Gets one more touch into midfield. Jetro with a 50. Germ, last man back. Gonna be able to beat one player out. Goes for the double off the wall, but doesn't get it. Yup to the backboard. Could be dangerous. It's a great save. Germ goes missing. Up the post. It's Bubba now. Gets the clear. Round 2 to the wall. Germ's gonna be there. Goes for the shot. Way awkward. Gets the save. A little bit awkward here from Milwaukee. Trying to figure out how to get this ball clear. It's just so awkward from Milwaukee as the pressure from Platteville just leads to another goal, and Jetro might have just put that nail in the coffin with a 5-0 lead with less than a minute to go.
And that's just got to be a little dejecting for Milwaukee White. You have a few good opportunities, not able to put it in as it goes off the post, and Platteville able to come the other way with some good transition offense and put it in for a fifth. Milwaukee, they're going to need some heroics here, but props to Platteville. They have played an outstanding game so far.
And especially games 3, 4, and 5 were just absolutely fantastic from Platteville. They just completely 180 their play style from what they were doing in the first 2 games. They were able to adjust fast enough to go for the reverse sweep.
Oh,
it was
wow.
a fantastic aerial play from Bubba, just slams that in the back of the net. I didn't know his older brother picked up the controller. That's just a fantastic play from Bubba there.
And that shows that if you just sit back on your heels on defense here, Platteville is going to score on you. Just no one up to challenge the aerial play. Bubba with all the time in the world. And he's got the skill to air dribble that into the back of the net. And he picked up a really great 50 there. So let's see if maybe one for the road here. Oh, great patience. Bubba just not afraid at all. As Jethro picks up the epic save there. Can it be 7? And it will be 7. And I talked about how in these games it just seemed like one Platteville player had really been the star. Everyone on Platteville was the star for this game. 4 goals for Bubba, 3 goals for Jethro, 4 assists from Germ, and 4 shots each. They have just really showed why they are the powerhouse team in Division 3.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And Bubba, with 1 second on the clock, tries to get something mid. Germ goes missing. Bubba with a touch mid. Jetro controlling it. I think they're trying to go for 8 here. No, they're trying to Brazil themselves, I think. They're trying to score themselves with the Brazil, but Milwaukee wasn't having it, and they just let the ball drop. And Platteville Orange takes the reverse sweep. 3-2 on the series with a decisive 7-0 win in Game 5. And Milwaukee White is going to end up taking the loss here.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate that it never feels good to be reverse swept, but you got to give a lot of credit to this Milwaukee team. They came out and played. I mean, I haven't seen them play this season, but I'm going to assume that was their best 2 games of the season, picking up 2 great wins over the top team in the league. But unfortunate that they couldn't get it done. Props to Platteville. They never lost confidence that they were the better team. They fought through and fought back and were able to pick up the win.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And I mean, just like you said, just well played. Good game to everybody. Unfortunately, that is going to be our only game for the night. So we'll be back next week with more games. Hopefully, I believe we got 3 scheduled as of right now. We'll keep you guys posted with any changes, but we'll have 3 coming up next Friday. And with that, guys, I'm Airhammer. That's Mr. Goose, and we'll catch you guys next week. Have a good night.
Can I be your superhero?